everybody here has been talking about merchandising, and really my opinion is what we're talking about is brand. That's really what it is. How do we create a brand and be able to take that brand and communicate it onto many different things? And I think largely Midday Squares is a story of how that brand turned into merchandise, and the merchandise just happens to be food. And we're going to take you through that story. Casey's going to kind of moderate it through there, and really, make sure you walk away with takeaways, less about the story.
All right, guys. So as a family, we always kind of shoot the shit and talk about business, and today we want to invite you into that world and tell you a little bit about the very impressive story of Midday Squares.
Okay, so before we start, I always like saying this because whenever I go to these events on my own, I feel like you can get up on stage and the speaker can sometimes give off a certain narcissism or ego, and I just wanted to basically say, we don't try to say that we have all the answers. What you're going to hear today is just the best interpretation of what Midday Squares has done. There's many ways to achieve this.
So let's start by talking, for those who don't know, about what is Midday Squares.
So it's an interesting thing. So Midday Squares is essentially just functional chocolate. So it's vegan chocolate. It's a layer of chocolate with a protein bar at the bottom. But the reason why we actually jumped into this is because people thought that the protein bar market was extremely saturated, and it was. If you look at it from the outside looking in, the protein bar market is extremely saturated. But I was looking at a report one night, and it basically said that, okay, you had the vegan protein market growing at 36% year over year, and then you had the real chocolate market, so any chocolate that's above 42%, above 50% in cocoa mass was growing at 52% year over year. And honestly, it was like, hey, nobody had made a product of these two categories, and it just so happened that my wife was making this product for me. And being an entrepreneur at heart.
Hi, I'm Leslie, everybody.
Being an entrepreneur at heart, we decided to jump into that full-hearted.
Yeah, and also, that's really cool. I think that something that's really interesting that you guys are experiencing right now is the taste of Midday Squares is really awesome, and I think that's part of the white space too.
Yeah, the white space is that.
So obviously, the Midday Square bar, no, it's okay, has its function too. We call it functional chocolate for a reason. We built this product with the function of filling you up and keeping you full with the same nutritional benefits of a protein bar while tasting like a chocolate bar and yet using clean ingredients. So that's basically what the Midday Square product is. Now we're going to get more into what the community aspect is and the merchandising aspect of it.
Sure. So first, talk a little bit about yourselves and just introduce you guys and how you form a great team.
Let's start with Jacques Lestrade.
So my name is Jacques Lestrade, Jake Carls, Jake the Delivery Boy, a bunch of nicknames. I'm actually a rover in the company, so I do a lot of different things. I'm in a lot of different sections, but I don't have my own section in itself. I do a lot of the marketing and the personality aspect. I'm 25 years old, soon to be 26, and I couldn't be more happy to work with family. Sometimes it gets tough, and this is where I'm going to leave Leslie to take over.
Hi, my name is Leslie. I am an entrepreneur at heart. I got into this it's going on to a year and a half. About a year ago, Nick and I decided to pursue Midday Squares together. I was making this product for him for a very long time. He was a big Hershey's Kit Kat lover, and before we even got married, we were just friends.
Cookies and cream.
And I told him I could make him something that was, no refined sugar, something that would really kill his hunger, cut the cravings, and he's like, all right, do it. So I did it, and made him this product, and then a few years later, we decided to commercialize it, and I really spent the last 10 years of my life trying to take an idea to a market. I failed multiple times doing it. As you guys know, I mentioned before, I was in clothing prior to this. But everything that I've done to date has gotten me to where I am today, and that's it.
Because I'm excited to get into the merchandising, I'm going to be super quick. My name is Nick. I'm Leslie's husband. I was in software for 7 years before I sold that company. And during my non-compete, I fell in love with Leslie's product and decided that this is what I want to do for the next forever amount of time of my life, and that's why I jumped in.
We're going to go to the next slide. Great. So, and the next one actually as well.
Yeah, we covered that.
Perfect. So yeah, we want to stay focused on the merchandising today, and very impressive. The team over here has sold over 350,000 bars in just 9 months. Kind of unexplainable, but hopefully they can explain that today. And I want to walk through kind of 3 pillars, sort of the e-commerce merchandising, the in-store merchandising, and then just your social media strategies and how you're growing sales like that. So I guess if you want to start with how you launched and what was sort of the first steps in getting this out, because really this went from 0 to hero pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We're going to actually stay on that.
Okay, so when we decided to, so when Nick and I partnered up to launch the business, and then a few months later we recruited Jake, who's my brother, because again, marketing is his thing. He has that personality. He puts himself out there all the time, and you need that when you're starting something new to get that off the ground. And so it was August 15th is the exact date, which is 9 months ago this month, yeah. And we launched a video on social media. None of us have big followings. And from that video, we launched that we were coming out with this product and that we were going to do a sample program online. And this sample program, essentially it was, at the time, it was just a marketing tool for us to say, hey, give us 50 cents and we'll send you a sample, a midday square. But it wasn't a sample, it was a full bar. And in this sample pack that we sent out, we put a Polaroid picture of the 3 of us saying something that had something to do with you, and we would kind of creep you on Instagram or Facebook and find out what it is about you that was different, and we'd write it in the Instagram note. And they would receive the sample, and they'd be like, what is this? This picture with this message that's sort of like about me, and then they would try the product and be like, wow, this is incredible. And not just the product, but the picture, and also the way the package was designed, that they're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this up on Instagram. And next thing you know, over a week's time, we were in our condo. We could barely keep up with the orders. We had thousands of sample orders. We were working 15 hours a day with people, our parents, our friends. I had carbon cut on my wrist. I couldn't roll enough product onto the 8x8 pans.
The true story is that I actually had to at one point, so it got so out of control that I actually had to get a massage girl to come in at night, this is a true story, and unlock her shoulder, because she would look at me and she's like, I think I'm crapping out.
I was the only one making it.
Yeah, and I said like, no, like you can't crap out, like that's the end of the business if you crap out, and like, so I need you out there and I'll figure out how we're gonna get to the next thing, but like, what do you need? She's like, I don't know, I'm like, we're getting you a masseuse.
So yeah, I think that's really interesting. But I think that first step, you guys sort of glanced over it, but from the outside, it's okay, so you launched August 15th, you put out this video on your Instagram, but who would see that, right? Normally no one would see that, so were you doing ads to get this out, or how did you actually get it out, or was it just your personal networks? And how did that happen?
So there's a couple things. It's not just one thing that helped. Definitely our personal networks did do something big. You know, like Lezlie said, we each had small followings, but that small followings has following, and they could tell someone, they could tell someone else. And I think because of the Polaroid alone, you know, people felt that personal touch and felt that it was something close to them, so they wanted to show the people around them that this company just cares so much and shows a lot of love into their product. And obviously the product's got to be good. You know, you can't really succeed without a good product. But one key factor that I am proud of, I think we're all proud of, was we have a refrigerated product. So our product is not with the other bars. We're actually in a fridge completely different to where all the other protein chocolate bars would be. So in a store, you've got to imagine, you're not seeing it at the front row, you're seeing it where the fridges are, on the side or in the back. So that was a difficult obstacle to overcome. How we did that was we went into the stores and we did funky things. We basically wanted to show people where the product was. And what that did was it allowed us to go jump on fridges, run around stores, make a fool of ourselves, just like I did before dancing, and the cameras came out. The same type of thing where the stores would repost our videos of them. That allowed us to touch onto their markets, which then allowed people to come into the store and say, oh, what's this product? Who are these funky people? That took us to the next level, where I say step 2 brought us. You guys want to continue with step 3?
Yeah, do you mind if because this is super important. This is the intersection of digital and retail. And so this is like a full hack that you can put into effect tomorrow on anything that you're doing. What we realized was, okay, great, so we had this digital thing that was working really, really well. How do we leverage that into retail? Because that's where the growth was going to happen. And we started to realize that a lot of the influencers were essentially becoming the billboard for our product and regulars, but obviously the people that had big followings were driving significant amounts of sales. And it kind of dawned on us, what if we made them part of our retail launch strategy? So what does that mean? We speak to the influencer and we ask them where their stores are that they shop for food like us. And then they would kind of give us the retail spots that they were shopping in, and that allowed us to hit a map. And then we called those retail spots and we said, hey, we're about to do something with so-and-so, and we want to make sure that the product's in store so that when they start promoting it, at least their following will come to your store when they ask. And the retailers just seem to be catching on like that, and it was something that we realized we could take and scale. And so the game plan started to become was not only were the influencers driving our digital business, but they became, the best analogy is they're like bats and sonar. They see the city in a way that a lot of other people don't see it. They know the cool spots, they know the spots that set the trends for the Whole Foods, the Targets, the you name it, the Walmarts. And we started getting those accounts. And then next thing you know, Whole Foods started calling us. Like literally, Whole Foods called us. And I think, you know, to talk about merchandising, I think a lot of people don't realize how far you can take digital because we start to get really clogged in our brain of what digital can look like. And we really live in a 180 area where you got to touch on everything.
Yeah, no, totally, and that was really cool. Also, I noticed your channels of distribution that not only do you guys sell at grocery stores, but you're also in sort of fitness locations and other fun sort of distribution channels. So, is that part of your strategy? Like, and you know, what percentage is it, and do you guys control that?
So we definitely control it. So this is also another hack tip. If you have a brand, merchandise, or whatever type of product you actually have, especially in the food space, what happened was we didn't go after the big accounts like the big grocery stores right away because who would know where our product is? You get lost in the mail there. What we did was we went after juice bars, salad bars, cafes, gyms, where people consistently would see the product in the front row. So when you have a grab-and-go fridge in the front and there's not that many other products there, you definitely notice, oh, this is the only bar there. There's a kombucha, there's a bar, and there's a fresh salad. Obviously, you're going to notice it. Doesn't mean you're going to buy it. Slowly, then, when you go to the other types of stores, you'll start seeing it everywhere. And all your, like you said, where these influencers would shop, people would follow that circle, that life circle, and keep seeing it. So our strategy was to penetrate that market first and really focus on that. And a little secret is we do it for every city that we go to. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but I think that anyone should focus on that because the small accounts build your brand. Then, once your brand's being built and people are starting to notice it, they'll go buy it at a level of the grocery location, which is the bigger type of stores, and start purchasing at a more consistent basis or volume. So that's what we did to actually take those types of stores and grow into the next thing. And I think that that's what we do for every city, and we're going to consistently do it because it works.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about branding overall and merchandising and packaging and how that relates to the physical product packaging, but also your website look, your Instagram look. Everything's kind of connected to the t-shirt that you're wearing. How do you guys do that? And do you do tests to see what's working, or how do you decide your packaging and that look?
So packaging was really, so a big thing I learned in scaling in my other endeavors was that you need to design for yourself. So if you like what you see, and if you would buy what you're making, then probably 100% somebody else is going to buy it. And so when we were designing the packaging, that was very important to us. When Nick and I were looking at it, we're like, would this stand out to us? Would we be in a grocery store, would we be in a cafe and say, we would like to buy this? And it took time, but eventually we came to this packaging, and it was exactly that. And I think the biggest thing is, how are you going to bring people in, right? So the first thing is the image, the package. The second thing is the taste, right? So,
but I think that touches on everything. So this is super, super important. This was calculated with decision. Is merchandising, when it comes to it, and any type of merchandising you're doing, is I always say average decisions equal average outcomes, and if you're going to make an average decision, then you're going to get an average outcome. That's science, that's fact, you cannot divide it. So if you go into a grocery store or clothing store, and every single person is doing a package that's 4 inches wide, which is what the 40 centimeters wide, we didn't want to be doing that. And so what we did is we went to all these places and we said, what type of packaging do you have available? And it was very important for us that when you put it in your hand, it almost occupied the entire piece of your hand, because every other bar that was on the market was like this little thing. And so and everybody said we were nuts, because that packaging doesn't work on the typical machine that actually does mass volume. And we just said, we don't care, we'll figure it out when that's a problem. You know, like that's gonna be a problem later, let's just get past the first step. And sure enough, when it came down to it, I think while we were designing the packaging, we just said, what can we do that's different than what everybody else is? And the true story, we went to a gentleman that sold his food company for over $100 million, and he literally looked at us and said, this packaging is a piece of shit, with those words. And we left there and we knew we did the right thing.
Yeah, you don't want
Because
to
we did something that angered someone that was in the industry, and we touched the bone, and so we knew we were onto the right place.
Cool. We're going to move to the next slide now. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the product itself and the white space of the benefits.
The next one, sorry,
Next one.
we'll touch on this, move on next.
Okay, so content. Basically, obviously, everyone who knows Midday Squares knows that content is a big part of who they are and how they became what they are. One thing that's unique about them is they're not just focusing on the business side, but they're bringing a lot of their personal lives into it. Very open on social media about everything, and they show their journey, their startup journey to the public.
Just from a show of hands, who has seen our social or content or stories? Now, true love, but now from a show of those exact same hands, does it relate to your life at all? So I think that answers a big thing just in itself, and if you want to continue, I just wanted to show the data.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. Like we are ourselves on Instagram. We try to be as authentic as possible, and I think in a world where a lot of people are not authentic, our content sticks out because people are just fed up of seeing, like, you know, a product that has been, you know, someone has been working on it for hours, and then it's out there and it's like this perfect video or this perfect picture, the perfect lighting, and it's just not that, right? That's the truth. So I think how we stand out as a food company is just by being ourselves and being authentic and saying, like, look, we are getting to do what we love every single day, but it's fucking hard. And there's a lot of ups and downs, and there's a lot of highs and lows, and there's a lot of time we want to throw in the towel. But we like to show that because that is what the journey is, you know? And the difference between good and great is huge, right? So I think that's a big key with our content, is just being authentic and
And just to, as we're going to just wrap it up, I know because we guys are going to go on to the back, so we're going to get to the final slide, but it's funny because before when you were talking about like the intersection of content and everything, you and Shopify was on stages, Midday Square started out as a bar company and turned into a content company, and our merchandise just happens to be bars. And all of our money that goes into marketing goes into production. We have a full-time videographer on staff that's basically filming all day, every day. That's an expense that most startups wouldn't incur. But when we looked at it, we could be putting that money into Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or into content, and we tripled down on that content. So the way I see it, when we speak at our meetings every morning or before the week starts, is how are we going to produce the best content for our audience, and the bars will just sell itself if we keep on creating great bars. So then we just gotta go to the last slide, which is,
Wait, Nick,
yeah.
Before, I want instead of ending off on this, I want to end off with something else, a visual. Is there volume on it that we could play from the internet here? Sir, can I play a video from the internet? And just to show you the importance of content, and this link should be the ending.
Can you post the video from today?
Yeah. So basically, we hold on one second. How you gonna give me 1 second, guys. There's something good pops up here.
There it is.
You might need to be signed in. wait.
Intro.
So yes, this is Nadia. She has left us today in a very positive mindset. She was our content creator, our full-time videographer. We're getting a new one. When's our next one starting?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. She was amazing. She still is amazing. Very talented. She tells her story from her 7 months of being with us. Okay, so I just want to show you guys how important content is to
That's
us.
pretty much the content we put out on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
This is Nadia. I'm usually behind the camera, and this is the last video that I'm making for Midday Squares. I just want to say thank you if you've ever watched, extra thank you if you've ever been a part of our videos, and I hope you enjoy what's coming up next. Take care, guys.
Today is my last day with Midday Squares, and I wanted my last video to show my favorite moments I experienced working here. From day one, it was the people I fell in love with.
Stop the
Their personalities, their stories.
I came from India, so I left my home, my family. I want to make something my own. I want to work myself, so my dad can be proud of me.
The story of Midday Squares itself.
My wife was making a version of what you guys know as Midday Squares, because I used to love the Henry bars and Hero bars in the afternoon.
In my eyes, it was always about 17 people working towards one dream. Make the dopest, healthiest chocolate out there and put Montreal on the map. I met the hardest working production team. I learned that working at a startup translates to busy and exciting. There's always something going on. I got to know the founders very well, each having their own super strengths. There's Les.
I'm stuck with a day that's great and lonely.
She showed 1,000 different colors, putting everything into Midday Squares and never stopping. Ever.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll speak to you soon. I'm not that much of an affection for annoying to my husband.
Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
I didn't know that. Nick is brain power. Always thinking, always making systems, always worrying about how to make everything run smooth.
Nick's on the belly, knowledge for the nerds. Nick's on the belly, knowledge for the nerds. No, capers follow the law of diminishing returns. Capers are good, and then if you have too many capers, it starts getting really gross and bad.
Then there's Jake. Jake is unique, but what I thought was most special about him was that he encouraged everyone else to be unique too.
You speak of Gia? She there, or is she at the New York office? I was calling Gia City. She doesn't have Chrome's Enterprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. You give her wrong number. It's still that right.
Anything I'm wearing with new look, new ego. Some are off their Tarzan, the whole 9 yards, got the wristband, got the bomber. This is my real look from day to day now. So I'll just put a little bit in and I'd be like, something wrong with you.
So, Midday Squares, I love you, and thank you for having me behind the lens to capture a spectacular journey. Rock on, keep on pushing, and get to the stars. Much love.
Yeah, babe, let's do it.
That was the hardest.
And that's the typical day.